Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my second tutorial on shell scripting. So in my first tutorial I had given an introduction to shell scripting, how we can start programming in Linux using commands. Okay, so if you haven't seen the first video, please have a look. Okay, this is my channel, Linux, Unix, AIX, for complete tech tutorials. I share videos for shell scripting, Unix, Python, and other Windows issues. Okay, so you please watch my first tutorial on shell scripting, and we'll see. Today we'll talk about the next level of that shell scripting program. Okay, so this is my virtual machine. I have installed Ubuntu on Windows. Okay, so let's say okay, so in my first tutorial I was talking about the basic prompt, the dollar question mark, what is the use of that, and then prompt string, and then I talked about variables. Then I created a very basic script which I showed you. Okay, so in this tutorial I'll talk about some more additional things to your program, let's say using a if and else, okay, or something like that, and using a for loop or using a while loop in a program. So how do we do that? Okay, so so let's say in my tutorial, let's say I have this let's say I was talking about these variables, right? A equal to 10, right? So if I want to display the value of a, I can give equal $a. It will give the value of 10. Okay, so now I want to put a condition on it. So we will see the syntax of if block, for loop and while loop. Okay, and this way we can proceed in shell scripting. Okay, so the syntax in shell scripting is a bit very hard. I mean it's not hard, it's very rigid. You have to be very careful with the spaces and with the actual syntax. Okay, so let's create a second program. Okay, so which will be on based on if and else and the while loop and the for loop. Okay, so let's say okay, so I talked about a shebang line also, so which is the first line. Okay, usr bin sh. Okay, so this is my interpreter. Okay, so so what we'll do is we'll take the input from user. So we'll say using read we can take the value. Okay, so we'll take the input from user. Okay, so and then we'll simply display the value. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, so I think it should be like this. Yeah, so what we are going to do is we are taking the value of a using the read command, and then we are printing the value of a. Okay, so let's just give an executable permission, and then we are executing it. Okay, so bad interpreter. Okay, let me see what is the shell which we are using here. I have also discussed these variables in my previous tutorial. So this is currently it is using bin bash, so I'll be using the same in my here. Okay, so bin. Okay, so we have to use okay, so what I have to do is I have to give bin bash instead of user bin sh, because that is what the shell that currently is being used as an interpreter. Okay, so now we'll run it. So if I run it, see it is prompting for a value. Okay, so ideally you should give some description like enter the value of a, because here I'm not able to understand what it is asking for. So let's say if I give 5, if I press enter, so you see it is printing the value of a. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, fine. So here what I will do is I will just give a description, okay, like enter A, okay. So that way it will be easy, it will be descriptive. Fine. So now we got A and we printed A. Now let's use if block, okay. So if works like this. So there is an opening square bracket, then there is a space, then let's say I want to check if A is greater than 10, then we'll print it. If A is less than 10, we'll print something else, okay. So I'll say $A, okay, is okay. So here you have to be very specific about these values, like greater than. So we have to use greater than, GT, okay. So let's just brief this, okay. Okay, I'll just open a notepad here, okay. Okay, I'll just open any editor which is available. Okay, we have a text editor here, fine. So what I will do is I will give you a brief idea about these things. So GT is nothing but it is used for greater than, okay. If we give GE is nothing but GREATHER, greater than and equal to, it means that, okay. If we give less than, which is less than, okay. If I give less than equal to, means it is less than and equal to, okay. So that way, fine. So here if A is greater than let's say 10, okay. So again now we have to give a space and then closing the square bracket, and then we have to give a semicolon, and then we have to give then, and then we have to close the if block, okay, fine. So here now what we'll do is we'll print what we're gonna do when A is greater than 10. So I'll just say echo A is greater than 10, okay. Or else you can just, instead of A you can give $A, so it will just say the value of A is greater than 10, okay. Now what we're gonna do is we'll take a else, okay. So in the else portion, what we'll do is we'll say if, okay, L, okay. So in here elif is like this, okay. So we'll go step by step. So here we are printing echo $A is not greater than 10, okay, not greater than 10, right? This way, this is my very basic if block. Let's try to execute it and see what is happening, okay. So okay, now it's asking me enter the value of A. So let's say if I enter 9, it's saying, okay, it's printing 9, and then it's saying 9 is not greater than 10. We'll take a second run, okay. If I put 12, so 12 is greater than 10, so it's working as expected. So this is a very basic if block, if and then the else block, okay. What if I want to make another condition with so in that case we have to give elif, okay. So please note the syntax, it is elif, and then let's say I want to check if A is greater than 10, okay. If A is what do you say, less than, if A is less than 10, okay. If A is less than 10, please note the steps, please note the spaces I am given. See here, you see there is a space in between. If you don't give space, it will throw an error. Here also we have space, and here also we have space, and here also we have space, okay. And then then what we will print, so we will say echo a is less than 10. Okay, this is my second step. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we will take the value of a. If a is greater than 10, it will say a is greater than 10. If a is less than 10, it will say a is less than 10. Okay, so what will happen if we give 10? So what will happen? It will fail here. Yeah, it will fail here also. So here what we'll do is we'll print a is equal to 10. Yeah, a is equal to 10. Fine. Yeah, so let's just give it a try. Let's say I enter 23. It is saying 23 is greater than 10. Let's say I enter 9. It is saying 9 is less than 10. Let's say I enter anything, like 1 is less than 10. 55, 44 greater than 10. If I enter 10, 10 is equal to 10. Fine. So this is a very basic structure of a if block that we can use as a base to understand and use in your as per your requirement. Okay, so this is all about if block. Okay, so you have to be very careful with these square braces. Okay, so next is okay, in this if block only we have one more thing. Let's say instead of this a, I will take name. Okay, so here echo name. Yeah, let's say I took name. Enter your name. Echo enter your name. Okay, fine, I got name, I printed it. Fine. So for the time being I'm just commenting this. Okay, 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 so we'll only focus on this part. Okay, it's fine. So now what I'm doing is I am taking name and we'll do a different kind of comparison. Okay, we took a name. Fine. Now what I want to do is I want to do something with this name. Okay, so if name, so here we'll give dollar name. Okay, dollar name. So here if it is a string, so we'll give equal to. Okay, and then we'll use double quotes. Okay, sham. Okay, then fi closing the if block, and then I print echo the name entered is sham, right, or dollar name. Okay, so and here also I'll comment it because I am not using this one right now. Okay, okay, so let's try to run it. Enter your name, sham, name. Okay, what's happening? Let's just try to understand. So here enter your name. I took name. Okay, so here instead of dollar I have to give dollar name, because to get the value of a variable we have to use dollar before that name. Okay, so and then because if we don't give dollar here, it is using name as a string. Okay, fine. So now what we did is we'll run it again. Okay, enter your name. If I give sham, so it is printing sham and nothing is going here. You see what is happening? I'm taking the value and I'm printing the value. It is going here sham shan, which is in lower case, which is not equal to uppercase s han. So that's why it is not going here. Let's just add else section here. Okay, so echo the name is shan. Okay, it is anything other than shan, but not shan. Okay, fine. So I enter shan. Okay, there is something wrong. 22, line number 22. Set nu to set the line number. Okay, so here you see I did not end the string properly, so you have to give double quotes. Okay, fine. I run it again. Okay, I enter shan. So it's saying shan is printed as usual. Then it is saying name is not shan because there was a case mismatch. I run it again. I give exactly shan with the uppercase S. So shan, the name entered is shan. So it is exactly matching. So this is how you do a string comparison. Okay, this is how you do string comparison. And this GT, LT, LE, GE, these are used for numeric comparison. Okay, so this is the difference I wanted to talk about. Okay, let's go ahead. Yeah, okay. Next is while loop. Okay, so let's just take a while loop. Okay, before while loop we'll take for loop. Okay, so for, okay, so for I, the syntax, please note on the syntax, for I in, okay, 1 2 5. Okay, do, done. This is the syntax. Print, sorry, echo, echo I, echo dollar I. Fine. Let's see what is happening. Yeah, so let's just try to run it. This is just demo. Okay, yeah, there is something wrong in my for loop. For, okay, so just for the time being I will comment this because we'll only focus on for loop. Okay, okay, yeah. So here we are for I in this. So here we have a colon. We have to give a colon, right? Okay, yeah, I think it's semicolon. Let's just see. I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, let's just try to run it. Okay, again it's error. Okay, fine. So for I in this, fine. So there is something wrong here in my syntax. Yeah, okay. So instead of that, let's just take something else. Okay, there's something wrong in this syntax. I'm not sure what. Maybe these braces are wrong. Okay, let me try one more time. Because okay, syntax error, line number 25, set numbering 25. Okay, okay, what is this? Okay, fine. Okay, 1 to 5. No, it's wrong. So I in, it is not printing in a sequence. Okay, yeah. So let me try. I've just forgotten the syntax. Okay, yeah, this is not correct. So anytime you need any help, just let me just check for the help of this one. Okay, manual. Let's just try to see the manual of this for loop. Okay, okay, let's try to see what is the syntax of for loop. Okay, so instead of that, what I will do is I will just give you a very basic other way of understanding this. So just create a file for file. Okay, in this file I'll put 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, fine. So now we go back to our program. Okay, and then here instead of this range I will use my file that we created. We'll come back to this syntax. Okay, I'm just not able to remember that. So what I will do is I will take that file as the range of this I variable, which will traverse through this file. Okay, so cat, and then what was the name of the file? 4 file. Okay, and then I will use it as a command substitution. Okay, so now this will be my range. Okay, so now we just try to run it. Okay, so you see now it is printing what is there in the. Okay, so what is happening here? So I gave I in, so the value of I is being taken from this file. So cat means it is taking one by one from this file and echo $I, printing the value of I. Okay, so this is how you can use for loop. Okay, yeah, so this is the syntax of for loop. For a variable name in, you have to give a range for how long your for loop will run, and then you have to use do and then done, and then whatever you want to do in the for loop that you have to do. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is the syntax of for loop. Let's go ahead and we'll just finish with the syntax of while loop. So let's say while. So while is very simple. While you have to give a condition, and here I am giving, okay, so here I am giving a very simple condition 1. Okay, and then do and then done. Okay, okay, fine. So here this is the syntax of while loop. While a condition and then do and then done, right? Okay, so whatever you want to do here, you can do that. So let's say echo high. So what will happen is while true, so which means it is always true, so it will keep on printing high. Okay, unless we cancel the program. So if I run it, see what will happen. Okay, okay, not found. Fine, we go back here because 1 is not found. It should be a command or an evaluation. Okay, so instead of that, what if I give true? Okay, will it work? Okay, you see it's printing high continuously because the while condition is always true, and I pressed Ctrl C, then the program will terminate. Okay, so this is a very basic syntax of while loop. While and then a condition. Okay, let's just make it a bit more understanding. So let's say a is equal to 5. Okay, now while I'll give a different condition, I'll say while $A is greater than 0. Okay, do echo $A, right? And then what we'll do is we will decrement the value of A, right? Every time we print A, and then we'll decrement the value of A. So how do we decrement it? So A is equal to $A minus 1, right? This is how we decrement it, right? I think so. I think I have given this in my previous videos. Okay, so we are subtracting 1 every time, and then we are putting it back to A, right? Okay, should work. Let's see. Line number 29. Come on, not found. Okay, fine. So you see, this is a very nice way we are doing it in we are trying to understand what is wrong, and right away we are correcting it. So $A greater than 0, right? So here I think we have to give square braces, because any numeric comparison we have to do like this. Okay, and note down the spaces that I am giving here. Okay, so while a is greater than equal to greater than 0, and then this is how it should work. Let me see. Okay, so you see what is happening. Let's just give a comment this part also. Okay, now we'll only focus on while loop. Okay, yeah. So what I'm doing is, in while loop I'm setting the value of a to 5, and then I'm checking a condition a is greater than 0, echo a, and every time I'm decrementing a by 1, right? Fine. So you see 5 is being printed because it is less than it is greater than 0, 4 greater than 0, 3 greater than 0, 2 greater than 0, 1 greater than 0, then it comes back to 0. 0 is not greater than 0, that's why the while loop is terminating. Okay, so this is how your while loop works. Okay, so in this tutorial I will just wrap it up here itself, because it has already become almost like 20 minutes. Okay, so in my next video I'll come back with more advanced things in shell scripting. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this tutorial, please give a thumbs up to the video, and please share with the people. This is my channel name. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for watching.